Focaccia, topped with fresh and dried tomatoes, some herbs and onions. A delicious dish to end summer. Here's what you will need for the focaccia dough. 350 grams or 12.3 ounces of all-purpose flour, 21 grams or 0.7 ounces of fresh yeast, 200 milliliters or 6.8 fluid ounces of water, half a tablespoon of granulated sugar, and half a tablespoon of salt. And as toppings, 16 cherry tomatoes, 8 dried tomatoes, preserved in oil, half to 1 medium onion, 1 garlic clove, some dried rosemary, thyme and marjoram, some chili flakes, some olive oil, and about 30 grams or 1 ounce of parmesan, which is optional. So first, we are going to start with the focaccia dough. For the dough, take the water. It should be a bit warmer than body temperature. Crumble the fresh yeast into the water. Add the sugar to the mixture. Stir everything until the yeast has dissolved. Take the flour and put it into a big bowl. Add the salt to the flour. Take the yeast water mixture and add it to the flour and salt. Knead the mixture until it becomes a homogeneous mass. Cover the bowl with a lid, some plastic wrap, or a damp kitchen towel to prevent the dough from drying out. Let the dough rise for about 30 minutes until it has doubled in size. For the toppings, take the cherry tomatoes and halve them. Take the onion and halve it. Remove the skin and slice one or both halves of the onion. take the dried tomatoes and dice them. Take the parmesan and cut it into slices or grate it. Take the garlic clove and press it through a garlic press. To make peeling the garlic clove easier, squash it with the palm of your hand. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now take the dough. Place a baking tray, covered with some baking parchment, next to the bowl. Divide the dough into 2 halves. Take 1 half of the dough out of the bowl. Place it on the baking tray. Flatten the dough with your hands. Coat your hands with a little bit of oil if you have trouble with this step. Add the second half of the dough onto the baking tray and flatten it. Next, take the tomato halves and put them onto the focaccia. Take the diced dried tomatoes and put them onto the focaccia. Take the onion slices and separate the different layers while putting them on the focaccia. As the focaccia will rise in height and width, the toppings are going to spread a bit, so I'm adding a lot of toppings. add the parmesan on top of the focaccia. Put the garlic onto the focaccia. Next, take the spices and mix them together. Sprinkle them over the focaccia. Sprinkle some oil on top of the focaccia. Put the dough in the oven and bake it at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes until the focaccia got a nice golden brown color. And that's it. Your beautiful focaccia, topped with tomatoes, some onion slices and herbs. So tasty, it nearly makes you feel like being in Italy.